Hello everyone. Welcome to this video. In this part, we learn the negative statements and words which can be used to make negative different sentences. Okay, let's start. There are many negative forms of verbs in English grammar. Although the most common way is with not, we can also use adverbs, quantifiers, and prefixes to make the meaning of a sentence or a word negative. We use not or nt with verbs to make the meaning of a sentence negative. We add an auxiliary in the negative present simple and past simple of all verbs, except be, and the negative imperative of all verbs. In this table we have affirmative and negative forms of different verbs. For example, for imperative verbs we should add not after auxiliary verb. Talk to me. Do not talk to me. For to be verbs we add not after to be verbs. For present or past simple we add not after auxiliary verb. Example: I like Colombian coffee. I do not like Colombian coffee. For perfect tenses we add not after have or has. Example: I have arrived. I have not arrived. For modal verbs, pay attention to these verbs. We must leave soon. You must not leave soon. For infinitives, pay attention to these examples. I told you to go. To stop now would be silly. I told you not to go. Not to stop now. For participle we have having seen the film. I understand the hype. Not having seen the film. I do not understand the hype. In short answers with verbs of thinking and believing such as unlike, hope, believe, imagine, we often put not after the verbs. Example: has Jack decided to call her son after all? I hope not. We can use not in front of positive quantifiers to make the meaning of a clause or phrase negative. For example, not many people want to be referees. It is a lot of hassle and not much money. We can use not plus ... adverb with adjectives to make the meaning negative. For example, Howard found or thought the climb not too difficult but not particularly easy either. Same strength as an adjective with the opposite meaning. For example, not difficulty does not have exactly the same strength of meaning as easy, particularly if we add an adverbs after not, like to or particularly. Examples: the math exam was easy. The math exam was not too difficult. The speaker is more confident of passing the exam in the first example. We use no to introduce negative replies. For example, have you been here before? No, I have not. We do not combine no with a verb to make a negative statement. Examples: I have no been here before. I have not been here before. We usually use not plus any with a noun to express an absence or lack of something. They won't get any help from Jack. However, we can use no in front of nouns, instead of not, any, or not, a, and, an. Example: they will get no help from Jack. We often use no plus noun and not, a, and, plus noun interchangeably. Although no is usually more emphatic or more emotionally loaded than the neutral not, and, any. For example, there is not any reason to change policy at this stage. This statement is neutral. There is no reason to change policy at this stage. In this sentence we use no, which makes it more emphatic. The other example: she is not a dancer. This statement is a fact about her job. She is no dancer. It is a statement of opinion about her ability to dance. We can use no with different, good, and with comparatives. Example: Low-impact aerobics is basically no different from the normal type, but it is kinder on the lees and feet. Very similar to next day courier is no faster than first class post. It is not any faster than. Come on. This cafe is no more expensive than the one down the road. Let's eat. This cafe charges the same prices as the cafe down the road. There are a number of expressions which we use to give negative meaning to a sentence, for example, never, neither nor, none, not only, not for, no sooner than. Examples. The English village is neither as pleasant nor as unchanging as it is believed to be. The German assault would have lasted longer if it had not been for the harsh Russian winter. English rarely use a double negative two words with a negative meaning in the same clause, as most people consider this to be incorrect. For example, sorry, but I do not know nothing about that. This sentence is incorrect. The correct one is, sorry, but I do not know anything about that. I know nothing about that. But double negatives are possible if we intend to make an affirmative. I do not know nothing about Jack history. I know a little about it. We can put, not only, at the beginning of the sentence for emphasis. For example, not only did they monitor the landings, they also recorded all their dates and times. Note that we use question word order when we use not only in this way. When we use verbs like think, suppose, and believe to introduce a negative idea, we prefer to make the introductory verb negative, not the verb in the subordinate clause. Example, I think the later train won't be cancelled. If we make the subordinate verb negative rather the introductory verb, it can express surprise or appear emphatic. I thought that you did not smoke. When did you start? We do not use hope in this way. We don't hope that the reunion will be too painful for you. We should say, we hope that the reunion won't be too painful for you. With verbs such as seem, expect, appear plus infinitive, we use either of these pattern. Examples. He does not appear to be interested. He appears not to be interested. With introductory verbs such as tell and ask plus infinitive, we change the meaning when we make the introductory verb negative. Example. The doctor told me not to take the pills. Prohibition. The doctor did not tell me to take the pills. It means, the doctor omitted to tell me.